Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you the historic Arizona Inn in Tucson, Arizona. It has so much history. It's been open since 1930. It's seen a ton of celebrity guests. So let's get started. The Arizona Inn is a casita style inn and you could drive past it without even knowing from the unassuming facade. But stepping inside the peaceful 14 acres of grounds and rooms is like stepping back in history. It opened on December 18th, 1930 and was created by Isabella Greenway as a candle against the gathering darkness of the Great Depression. The Arizona Inn has a long history with a lot of famous guests, including Katharine Hepburn, Clark Gable, Betty Davis, Gene Simmons, Cary Grant, Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, and John Wayne. Sorry I didn't show you, but there is free parking in the lot right across the street. There are 89 casita style rooms and suites, and we stayed in the Patio King, which has its own private furnished patio. So let me show you inside. So the rooms definitely feel very authentic. They feel very old or worldy, unlike the more modern facilities they have here. But the rooms are a good size. They're large enough for that king bed and the 2 seats and the table. There's also dressers in there. And what I really appreciated was how light and airy this room was because of these large windows. And it felt very private and not overlooked, as that just looked into your private patio. If you want ice, there was an ice machine opposite our casita, so that's easy. Not quite sure what that's for, maybe a laptop, but there is a mini fridge in the room, which I definitely appreciated because it was very, very hot when we were in Arizona. Now, I was very concerned about how dated the bathroom would be, so I was pleasantly surprised when I opened the doors to this really bright, light, white, spotless bathroom. Now at 5'2", I wish it had an adjustable shower head as well, but I will settle for at least a warm, powerful shower. It had a few of the basics: shampoo, conditioner, vanity kit, but I definitely recommend bringing your own. There was a complimentary coffee machine and water, but the biggest surprise was how big the closet was. The closets in here are large, as people used to stay for months at a time. And this is where you have your safe, your luggage rack, a couple of dressing gowns, hangers, even an umbrella for those rainstorms, your monsoons you get in Arizona, an iron and an ironing board. Okay, enough of the room and let's go check out the rest of the property. It's really large for just 89 rooms and has lots more facilities than a lot of other hotels we've stayed at. Even the outside area of just our room was large, with that balcony and this whole patio area with the table and chairs and 2 lounges. Again, it was just so super hot when we were here. We didn't use it, but it was pretty and gave us more privacy. The beautiful flowers and trees Isabella planted back in the 1930s are now even more beautifully matured. How beautiful is that? Now, it's pretty easy to get lost here as there's no straight line paths to anywhere, so definitely get a map from reception. Everything is very much in keeping with the casita style and its history, and I can't get over how quiet it is. First up, you have a table tennis table here, and behind that is the main building where the restaurant's gift shop, library and reception are. There's also a croquet lawn, which I really wanted to play, but I didn't have time this trip and it was way too hot. Okay, definitely bring some comfortable shoes for walking around the property because, like I said, it's quite vast. The grass on the main lawn is real, so it smells really lovely and fresh, and it's such a peaceful resort and seems really deserted right now. It's literally like we have the resort to ourselves. I've just seen a couple of people this morning walking to breakfast. But look how beautifully landscaped it is. And then if you keep walking, you'll eventually find the pool and a fitness center. There are also tennis courts and a badminton court. And then here is the entrance to the pool. I'm the only person here as well. It's so beautiful and quiet. And honestly, it's the best time to be here early morning before it gets too hot. Everything here is absolutely spotless. It's also a much bigger pool than I was expecting, and there's loads of seating, both in the sun and covered patio areas. There's also a pool bar and restaurant here. Look how gorgeous it looks from this angle. The reflection is stunning. Okay, onto the gym, and I love that it's an old style hotel, but that the facilities are modern and clean. It makes it a really comfortable spa-like stay, and there's lots of equipment in here. There are 2 elliptical machines, along with 2 treadmills, free weights, a Bosu ball, and then 2 different spin bikes. So you have both your recumbent and your upright. There's a weight training bench, and there is also an ab machine. It's actually a really well-equipped gym for a hotel this size, and being the only one here made it even better. And yes, it does have air conditioning. Okay, let's go check out the main building, which is where the real history and antiques are. This is the library, which is a really quiet and pretty spot to read or get work done, as the Wi-Fi is much stronger in here than in the room we were staying in. There's also a gift shop full of local art and jewellery. Now, when it comes to dining, the breakfast room and lunchroom is really bright and airy, and the dinner restaurant is really warm and inviting, and everything has that old world charm. There are also a couple of event spaces, the African room and the safari room. Sorry, I couldn't film the safari room as I actually found a person and they were in there. I really love staying here and how quiet it was, and would definitely recommend staying here if you're looking for a Tucson hotel and don't mind that it's ultra modern but full of character and charm instead. My only regret is that we didn't have more time here as we were working, but we can't wait to come back and hopefully get some good pool and croquet time. Thanks so much for watching. If you've stayed here before and have your own thoughts, drop them in the comment below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a quick thumbs up and subscribe.